Hello Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Sunshine. Oops. In the last episode, we finished up collecting shine sprites around Pina Park and Bianco Hills. It was pretty efficient because we got the last 2 blue coins in Bianco Hills as well. This time, we are going to be heading into Rico Harbor at long last. We are entering the second level, 11 episodes in. Gooper Blooper Breaks Out. What a pleasant episode title. We know our destination, but first, we're in a new area. Finally. Rico Harbor. Isle Delfino's port city is home to boats of all sizes and the thriving tourist trade. The fish market has the freshest seafood for miles around. Yeah, so this is the port town of Isle Delfino, and I absolutely adore Rico Harbor. I will say it is home to some of the weaker levels in Mario Sunshine as far as like level design goes. You can even see sort of that it's a lot of very thin platforms, and yeah, but what this level doesn't have going for it in level design, it has going for it in a ska version of Delfino Plaza's theme, which I will let you listen to for a little bit. Yeah, this is probably my favorite song in the game. It's at least very high up there. Right off the bat, we have a ton of new enemies around here. First, bloopers. That's these little squid things. You can spray them to stun them, and then jump on them or dive into them to kill them. There's also goobles in the ship because I always forget there's goop in here, even though it was literally, like, I was staring at it. Obviously, you can get a blue coin here, but I'm not going to. I'm just trying to clear the goop, which isn't even necessary. You don't need to come into this part of the ship at all. It's also our first instance of these grates. Well, no, it would be our first instance of these grates, but we went to Pina Park, so never mind. Yeah, so our goal's pretty simple. These are jumping bloopers. They're bloopers that jump. If you spray them, they turn into platforms. Pretty simple. Our goal is to get up there, and you may think that looks pretty simple. That's because it is. But as a kid, that was weirdly complicated. I always had trouble getting up here as a kid. Just want to take out a bunch of these bloopers. Don't really need to, they aren't much of a threat. I was hoping I could push them in. I don't actually, well, yes I do. If you push them into the water, they die, because there's bloopers up there and other, like, even in this level, actually. I can spray him. Yeah, he just falls in and dies. So, pretty simple to take them out. What do you have to say, sir?
I know we're in the middle of a crisis and all, but do you think you could help scrub off the walls, too? When you've got a minute, that is. No rush.
Wow, a nice pianta. It took a while. I will help you when I have a minute, sir. But I don't have a minute until we do the blue coins of Rico Harbor.
The goop is coming out of those crates over there. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything as gross as that.
I've seen a lot grosser. I'm about to see a lot grosser, I know that for sure. There is no point taking out this goop. I will let you know that now. Do not bother spraying that. We jump on this, it'll start flopping around. Then we can press B or Y according to Flood to grab it. How did they get him in there in the first place? So, Gooper Blooper. We want to spray his face to clean it off. Occasionally he will, well, when you spray his face, he will throw his tentacles at you. What you're meant to do is pull off his tentacles. You can do all four or just the front two. All four is the safest way, the front two is the fastest way. Well, it's supposed to be the fastest way, but it's not. We'll go over the fastest way later. But for now, I want to do this boss the way I'm meant to do the boss. These things have incredibly weird collisions, so the point where you need to grab them in order to pull them off is a little awkward, as you can see by the accidental dive there. Luckily, there's nothing he can do anymore. Touching him doesn't hurt Mario, so yeah. I will still kill him, though. Once his eyes turn pink, you can let go, and he's dead. Somehow Gooper Blooper returned. The second phase is the same as the first, so if we spray him, let his tentacles fall, and then start pulling on his lips, he can no longer attack us. The main drawback to taking out Gooper Blooper that way is you just need to pull his lips all the way instead of just until his eyes turn pink because, well, his eyes are pink the entire time. And there's something a bit interesting about Rico Harbor in this state.
Whoa! What is that?
We'll come back to the Shine Spray. So, you may notice NPCs have different placement. Like, this guy is still talking about scrubbing off the walls, despite the fact he is facing directly away from the wall that would need to be scrubbed. We are in a different version of Rico Harbor now. That's why all the goop is back, and all the enemies are alive again. This is a completely different version of Rico Harbor than before the Gooper Blooper fight. We can still find all the graffiti and everything that gives blue coins. But if I'm correct, which I think I am, somewhere around here. I don't think I'm wrong, but maybe it was removed in the Switch version, or I just don't remember where it is. There is an invisible barrel at the entrance to the level. Mario can pick it up and throw it, and it'll like burst into water, as it would if it was not invisible. Hey, Future Winter here. I hate spreading misinformation in any way, so I will go ahead and correct myself now. It is real. It is in this level. I found it just a few seconds ago after just a little bit of exploration on YouTube. There's a YouTuber called Red Fuzzy Dice who used to upload just little obscure things from Mario Sunshine, and this barrel is one of them. So I watched that video, found the barrel. You cannot pick it up, and you will walk through it. The only way you can really know it's there is jumping on it. You can destroy it, water will not appear afterwards. It's just an interesting thing as somebody who has hyperfixated way too much on just oddities in this game. Especially just throughout my entire life overall. Was this box here before Goober Blooper? I think so. You can enter the manhole in Rico Harbor, which is interesting because you usually can't do that in levels. Anyway, let's grab our first shine of the episode. 11.5 minutes in. According to my recording timer. We're just gonna head right back in. Mario was on the cross there. Episode 2, Blooper Surf and Safari. What is this guy looking at?
I heard that there's blooper surfing around here. Do you know where?
I wonder. Hey man, how's it going?
You know, there sure are some odd folks out there. Taming little bloopers is bizarre enough, but riding on their backs, I tell you, some folks are just plain loony. The guy on the pier, he's the big daddy of blooper surfing. There's nothing to sneeze at, I'll tell you that much. Me? No, I do not ride bloopers, no thank you.
Well, it's your prerogative, man. I do ride bloopers. Professionally, for a living. That's my job. Hello. This guy looks like Detective Gumshoe, just because of the jacket.
That's right, I'm the big daddy of blooper surfing. You like surfing? Hop on a blooper and give it a whirl. Oh, but one thing. Big Daddy waives all liability for accidents. Now hang loose, bud.
So true, Detective Gumshoe. So, these are blooper racers. There's a green one, a yellow one, and a purple one, and they all have differences in the way they control. The green one is slower, but it is extremely easy to control. The yellow one averages control and speed, and the purple one is very fast, but hard to control. I pretty much always go for the yellow one, but I think just to get into the area we're going to, I'll take the green one. You can see it's pretty slow, but like, it's very precise, I can control it. Which, with these things, is helpful, because if you run into a wall while riding on a blooper racer, Mario dies. Which is the main obstacle here.
Whoa! You want to go for a ride, bud? Go ahead and jump on the blooper you like best. Go on. Show me some super blooper surfing and you win yourself a prize.
I mean, I like his vibe. I usually go for the yellow one, but it's content to go for the difficult one. You can see this one is much faster. This one is more akin to the turbo nozzle, which, by the way, if you could use the turbo nozzle in this level, I think everybody would, because you do not die when you hit a wall. You can see there are obstacles all around this pool that, if Mario runs into, will kill him, including these spinning things, although that depends on the angle, just because it always depends on the angle. If hitting a wall is going to kill Mario on these things, but most walls don't turn, and they're, like, you can see there's very few corners in here. They just sort of abruptly change where the wall is. You get the Shine Sprite here by beating the course in under 45 seconds. Well, 45 seconds or less, but the likelihood of landing on exactly 45 seconds is very low. Especially because that counts milliseconds.
You bought what I like to call Super Deluxe Cool! To commemorate the birth of a blooper surfing legend, this is for you!
Well, I like the sound of that. Now you may be thinking, well, that wasn't a secret level. Every level's second episode up to this point, Bianco Hills and Pina Park, has been a secret level where FLUDD is taken from you. Most levels do have 2 secret levels. Most. Not all. It's not a rule. If we head back into episode 2, hop back on a blooper, and we're just gonna do it again. Hopefully with the same or better time, because the way you get the second Shine Sprite for this quote-unquote secret level is pretty different from most secret levels, but it's actually exactly the same as the initial attempt here. That might have cost me that just skidding on the land there might have cost me this attempt. We'll see. Alright, you like to see that. That was good. That was really good because I didn't touch land at all there. I think I got it. Maybe. Barely! Oh my god. That was within 17 milliseconds. You get the second Shine Sprite by beating it in less than 40 seconds as opposed to 45.
You are the man! I'm so impressed that I want you to have one more of these things. I just got all of them lying around.
Where did he get these? Well, it seems to be a running theme that we end episodes by chasing down Shadow Mario lately, so let's do it. Let's keep the theme going. You may think the turbo nozzle would help, but surprisingly, going fast when running into the man will hurt you is not that useful. Neither is failing a backflip. Shadow Mario is just back here behind the police station. That's where all the shady folks like to hang out. This chase is... I don't know. His pathing here is weird. He jumps on these things, which always remind me of Smash Bros. Brawl because Delfino Plaza is a stage in that game. Hello? Why can't I hit him? Well, oh! That was weird. I beat him with the hover nozzle and got the rocket nozzle before his dialogue. That doesn't feel like it was supposed to happen, but sure. Shoot! And I was just about to rocket jump too! With what flood? Well, we now have access to the rocket nozzle in Delfino Plaza, which is a lot more helpful than the turbo nozzle overall. It's even more useful for getting distance if you use speedrunner tricks. Excuse that abrupt cut, I had a cough very suddenly. The rocket nozzle is the way you are intended to enter Pianta Village on top of the Shine Gate, which means we now have access to every world in Super Mario Sunshine. Although we technically had access to Pianta Village as soon as we unlocked Yoshi, and even before that if you utilize insane speedrunner tricks that are hard to pull off consistently even for them. So, yeah, we now have access to every world in the game. On top of that, you may have realized that that was our 30th Shine Sprite we got in Rico Harbor, so now if we head over here and talk to this guy...
I love the sunshine, but oh, is it ever bright! Here, little man, try a pair of my special sunshades. They're cool! Yeah! You're styling now. Come back and talk to me when you don't need them anymore.
Mario will put on some sunshades, and the screen will get darker, and... I don't really like this personally, just because the color being dimmed in this game feels wrong. But it basically makes Delfino Plaza feel like how it felt when we first got here. Also, wow, someone should really help this guy. How long has he been like this now? Jesus. Like, why does Delfino Plaza have a police department and not a fire department? And on that note, how did he even get lit on fire? Where was the fire that set him ablaze? Mysteries we will never know the answer to. Anyway, with all that done, I think I'm confident saying we've done enough for the day. So next time on Super Mario Sunshine, we're going to be heading back into Rico Harbor. See you guys then. And I will let this episode end with Rico Harbor instead of Delfino Plaza. You're welcome.